What's up everyone, and welcome back to the MMA Buzz. Merab Dvalishvili and Petr Yan's once friendly rivalry has taken a sharp turn after UFC 323. Following his loss, Merab shared a long, heartfelt message on social media thanking his supporters and expressing respect toward Yan. Yan appeared to respond politely, wishing him a quick recovery and calling Merab his friend. However, in a new interview with Sports 24, Yan denied sending those messages, suggesting it may have been his manager handling the account. He emphasized that he and Merab are not friends. This shift angered Merab, who fired back on 10th. He told fans not to believe anything. Yan says, calling him out for admitting he doesn't even write his own posts. Merab accused Yan of pretending to be respectful online, only to disown those comments later. He added that he believed Yan was humbled after their 2023 fight, but now sees him as a liar and declared game on. Merab continued by criticizing Yan for choosing questionable friends, specifically naming one championship star Anatoly Malikin and someone known online as Mr. St. Patrick. Merab claimed Malikin bet him $50,000 before the Yan vs. Aljamain Sterling rematch and never paid after Sterling won. He also accused Mr. St. Patrick of insulting his friend's mother and provoking an altercation that led to Merab paying fines and going to court. Merab then revealed that the UFC assured him his next fight will be for the title in a rematch against Yan. According to him, the promotion told him to rest as long as needed and call when ready. While the UFC likely prefers a summer date, Merab says he is healthy and wants the fight sooner, possibly in the spring, with April being his ideal month. Meanwhile, Yan returned home to a hero's welcome, but the growing tension between the two suggests that their rematch will carry far more heat than their first encounter. But before we jump into the next story, we have a small favor ask. If you're enjoying the content, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon. It really helps us out and ensures you'll never miss an update. Move on to another news. Sean O'Malley believes Petr Yan is now actively avoiding a rematch with him. The two previously fought in 2022, where O'Malley won by split decision. Although many fans and fighters felt Yan had actually done enough to win, O'Malley explained that his coach, Tim, recently showed him a clip where Yan was asked whether he would grant O'Malley a rematch if Sean gets past Song Yadong. According to O'Malley, Yan simply laughed at the question. He added that whenever Yan has been asked about a rematch both recently and even long before this, Yan has consistently avoided giving a direct answer. O'Malley clarified that he does not believe Petr Yan is scared of him. Instead, he thinks Yan dismisses him by saying he doesn't deserve it or is not good enough. O'Malley argued that those excuses make no sense. If Yan truly believes he is superior, then defending the belt against someone he views as undeserving should be one of the easiest decisions. He pointed out that he fought Marlon Chito Vera despite criticism, so Yan labeling him as unworthy shouldn't prevent the rematch. Yan recently stated that fighters like Merab Dvalishvili or Umar Nurmagomedov should get rematches first. O'Malley acknowledged that he still must get through Song Yadong, which is not an easy fight, but the situation with Yan remains confusing to him. O'Malley also shared his thoughts on whether the UFC will book a trilogy fight between Petr Yan and Merab Dvalishvili. He noted that although many believe a third fight is inevitable, the UFC might not run it back immediately due to the dominant fashion in which Yan won their second fight. According to him, this decisive result could make the promotion hesitant to book another rematch so soon. When asked who Merab should fight next if the trilogy does not happen, O'Malley questioned how the UFC could avoid making the rematch given their history. However, he also acknowledged arguments on the other side. Yan's clear win in the second fight might convince the UFC that a third matchup is unnecessary at the moment. Despite the debate, O'Malley remains confident that the future of the division will settle itself once the upcoming fights play out. His focus for now is on getting past Song Yadong and continuing to build his case for another shot at Petr Yan. Move on to another news. Shavkat Rakhmonov has fired back at Joaquin Buckley after the two exchanged heated words on Instagram. The tension began when Buckley posted an image calling out Rakhmonov for a potential octagon return in 2026. The photo included a bold statement, "Once I knock out Shavkat, I'm next for that belt." In his caption, Buckley delivered an intense message claiming that Shavkat had never faced anyone with his speed, pressure, or power. He accused Rakhmonov of living off an image and vowed to destroy it. Buckley insisted he is the obstacle standing in Shavkat's way, challenging him to come do something about it. He warned that a fight with him would expose Rakhmonov's weaknesses, hesitation, and limits. Buckley even claimed that Shavkat's own team avoided mentioning his name, quoting Henry Hoft as saying none of Rakhmonov's teammates should take that fight. Buckley declared that he is ready and demanding a contract with no excuses. Buckley later posted a video saying he was sharpening his skills and returning with vengeance. He emphasized that he didn't want a random fight. He wanted a name that would elevate him. He called out Rakhmonov directly, reminding fans that Shavkat had once said Buckley would be easy work. Buckley challenged him to prove it in the cage. He pointed out that Shavkat had been inactive for a while, and insisted that their matchup would be the perfect fight to make. Buckley reiterated that once he knocks Shavkat out, he believes he should be next in line for the title. Rakhmonov didn't stay silent. He left a blunt response under Buckley's post, "Black boy, you get beat up." Buckley immediately fired back, accusing Shavkat of holding back what he truly wanted to say, responding with, "Nah, say what you really want to say, little bitch." The exchange has quickly gained traction among MMA fans, with both fighters making it clear that the animosity is real. While no fight has been announced, the intensity of their back and forth has sparked major interest in a potential clash between the undefeated Rakhmonov and the outspoken Buckley. If the UFC sets this matchup, it could become one of the most heated welterweight battles in recent memory. Move on to another news. Arman Tsarukyan is officially set to face Shara Bullet Magomedov, a high-profile grappling match at Hype FC on December 30th. The matchup has quickly generated excitement among MMA fans, as it brings together two of the most talked-about rising stars in the sport, one known for his world-class wrestling and the other for his explosive striking and unconventional style. The two athletes will compete for the Hype FC 84kg, 185-pound grappling championship, a title that has become increasingly prestigious within the promotion. The event is scheduled to stream live on Kick, drawing significant attention as fans anticipate how both fighters will look outside the traditional MMA environment. Tsarukyan, who recently solidified his position as one of the top contenders in the UFC's lightweight division, is widely regarded as one of the most dominant grapplers in the sport today. His chain wrestling, relentless pressure, and technical precision have overwhelmed numerous elite opponents inside the octagon. This grappling match gives him an opportunity to showcase his skills in a pure submission-focused setting, free from striking and the usual constraints of mixed martial arts. On the other side, Shara Bullet is stepping into this matchup with supreme confidence. Known for his flashy kickboxing and fearless attitude, Shara has quickly developed a devoted following. While grappling is not his primary discipline, Shara has repeatedly emphasized that he is more than just a striker. Ahead of the match announcement, he left a brief but bold comment on social media. "Pirate goes for gold." The message reflects his usual brash personality and suggests he feels fully prepared to shock fans by taking home the championship. This matchup raises intriguing questions. Can Tsarukyan's superior grappling base dominate the unpredictable and explosive Shara Bullet? Or will Shara surprise the audience with hidden grappling skills and the athletic unpredictability that has defined his career so far? With both fighters bringing massive fan bases and strong personalities, this showdown has quickly become one of the most anticipated grappling events of the year. As December 30th approaches, fans are already debating their picks and speculating how the clash of styles will unfold. Who do you think takes the 185-pound grappling title, Arman Tsarukyan or Shara Bullet? Share your predictions and thoughts in the comments. Move on to another news. Joe Rogan has voiced strong support for Jon Jones fighting him on the historic White House card, reacting to Donald Trump's recent comments, suggesting the event will feature 8 to 9 championship fights. Trump claimed the card would include the biggest lineup the UFC has ever put together, with every bout being a title fight. On the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan questioned the logistics behind Trump's statement, pointing out that the UFC doesn't even have that many divisions. "First of all, there are only 8 weight classes," Rogan said. "So how is there going to be 9 title fights?" His remarks highlighted the confusion and the hype surrounding the proposed groundbreaking event. Rogan then shifted to the topic he clearly felt most passionate about, Jon Jones. He emphasized that a card of this magnitude would feel incomplete without the UFC's most dominant champion. According to Rogan, Jones competing at the White House would be a monumental moment, not only for the UFC but for combat sports history as a whole. However, Rogan acknowledged that Dana White has concerns about putting Jon Jones in such a high-pressure spotlight. Dana has previously expressed frustration with Jones' unpredictability outside the cage. Rogan echoed Dana's hesitation, explaining, "Dana feels he can't trust Jon in a position like this. He can't risk something going wrong in such a big moment." Despite understanding White's concerns, Rogan insisted that leaving Jones off the card would be a major mistake. He argued that Jon Jones' legacy, star power, and status as one of the greatest fighters of all time make him essential for an event of this scale. If they don't do Jon Jones at the White House, it would be a travesty, Rogan said emphatically. They need to do that. Come on. At the White House, come on. Rogan's plea reflects the sentiment of many fans who believe that a historic card deserves the presence of one of the most iconic athletes in the sport. With the White House event still being shaped, the big question remains, will Dana White take the risk and give Jon Jones the spotlight? Or will concerns about reliability keep Jones sidelined from one of the UFC's biggest moments ever? Move on to another news. Michael Bisping has expressed major admiration for Nassourdine Imavov. After watching the middleweight contender's newest training footage, Imavov's coach recently uploaded a video showcasing the French fighter hitting pads with blistering speed and precision, giving fans a rare look at his striking sharpness just weeks ahead of potential fight announcements. The clip quickly caught the attention of former UFC middleweight champion and current analyst Michael Bisping. Clearly impressed, Bisping reposted the video on his own social media platforms with a short but powerful reaction, "Holy." His stunned response reflected the sentiment shared by many fans who were surprised by the explosiveness and crisp technique Imavov displayed. Imavov's pad work featured rapid combinations, clean footwork, and a level of timing that suggests he has taken his training to a new level. His striking has always been considered dangerous, but the new footage appears to show him operating with even more confidence and speed. Bisping's acknowledgement carries weight, given his championship experience and reputation for giving honest, no-nonsense assessments of fighters. Alan Juban also chimed in after seeing the footage, emphasizing just how sharp Imavov looked. Juban commented that Imavov's double upright hand strike was so fast he could barely see it, highlighting the impressive hand speed and fluidity in the sequence. For two respected analysts to react so strongly, it reinforces the idea that Imavov may be entering his athletic prime and could be poised for a breakout run in the UFC's middleweight division. Imavov has long been considered one of the most promising fighters in the weight class, combining rangy striking, strong defense, and measured aggression. With training clips like these gaining traction, fans are beginning to speculate about his next matchup and whether a major contender bout could be on the horizon. The overwhelming reaction from both Bisping and Juban has undoubtedly fueled more anticipation around Imavov's return to action. If his training footage is any indication, he may be preparing for one of the biggest performances of his career. Move on to another news. Alexander Volkanovski has made it clear that retirement is nowhere on his radar as he prepares for his highly anticipated rematch against Diego Lopes at UFC 325. Despite speculation circulating online, the former featherweight champion shut down the rumors and reaffirmed his commitment to continuing his career at the highest level. When asked directly if this upcoming fight could be his final walk to the octagon, Volkanovski seemed almost surprised by the narrative. He explained that he has no idea where talk of retirement originated, emphasizing that there's never been any plan for this to be his last bout. According to him, fans shouldn't worry, he is far from finished. Volkanovski said he intends to approach his career one fight at a time, focusing on staying healthy and minimizing damage. His goal for UFC 325 is to deliver a dominant, clean performance that sends a message to both fans and the division. He wants to look sharp, stay disciplined, and make a strong statement that he remains one of the absolute best in the featherweight division. Looking beyond the Lopes rematch, Volkanovski expressed interest in defending the featherweight title against tough contenders like Liron Murphy and Movsar Evloev, two undefeated rising stars he believes would add to his legacy. He acknowledged their impressive records and noted that both would be meaningful challenges that excite him. Volkanovski added that if everything goes according to plan in Sydney, he hopes for a quick turnaround afterward. Performing in front of his home crowd motivates him, and he intends to put on a show that reminds everyone why he has been one of the most dominant champions in UFC history. As he summed it up, there are no plans whatsoever to step away from the sport. His focus remains on winning, elevating his legacy, and taking on the next wave of challenger with the same intensity and professionalism that have defined his career. Move on to another news. Charles Oliveira believes that a victory over Max Holloway at UFC 326 should secure him the next lightweight title shot. In a recent interview with Ag Fight, the former champion explained why he feels he deserves to be first in line, and how the UFC landscape has opened a clear path for him. Oliveira said the UFC is a game of timing, momentum, and understanding how the system works. The UFC is a game. You have to learn how to play it, otherwise you get left behind, he noted. With Justin Gaethje dealing with personal issues, and requesting time away from competition. Oliveira pointed out that the division is in a unique moment. There will be an interim title fight in January, and just 2 months later he will be fighting Holloway for the BMF belt. He emphasized that his star power plays a major role in his argument. According to Oliveira, he brings more excitement, charisma, and fan interest than the fighter competing for the interim title. With all due respect, I sell so much more than the two who are going to fight for the title. I have much more charisma than both of them, he said. Oliveira believes that whether fans like it or not, he is already forcing himself back into the title conversation simply through the magnitude of his performances and popularity. He also acknowledged that Arman Tsarukyan should have been the one fighting for the belt, either interim or undisputed. Oliveira expressed confusion over why Tsarukyan wasn't given the opportunity, but also stated bluntly that his own ability to draw attention gives him an edge. I think I sell way more than Arman, he added. Looking ahead to UFC 326, Oliveira expressed complete confidence. He expects to defeat Max Holloway impressively, and he believes that doing so will erase any doubt about his title aspiration. If I win, no, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna put on a great fight, and I'm gonna win this fight. And if it's a great fight and I win, I think I'll burst the bubble and I'll be next in line for the title again. With a convincing performance against Holloway, Oliveira is confident he will reclaim his position as the top contender in the lightweight division.